My friend and her husband went to Italy. I mean, my dream place. It's no big deal. Whatever, whatever. And I am house sitting. I brought my little psycho dog for some entertainment. That's all I have. So what do I do? Like play solitaire? Up for suggestions. She's 25 and gorgeous. I remember when, like, the first time she started getting her cat calls and I was like chopped liver. That's when I realized that I was getting old. I think I'm just trying to figure out if anyone has advice or guidance on what you do in this situation. Because I'm literally homeless at this moment. God, this is depressing. This is not me.
Welcome back. What you're about to see follows the same woman across 3 stages of her life. The situation shown is not being blamed on the husband. This is about a 45-year-old woman who ended her marriage, believing she deserved something better. She later celebrated that decision on TikTok. But just 4 months after that, she appeared again, this time recording a message from her car, saying she was homeless. Before anyone reacts, none of these words were written by us. We're simply repeating what she herself said.
Do I look bored? Because I am. So, my friend and her husband went to Italy. I mean, my dream place. It's no big deal. Whatever, whatever. And I am house sitting. Let's fix that. For, I don't know, I think I'm here for like 18 days. Okay, this is interesting. I brought my little psycho dog for some entertainment. That's all I have. I'm 2 hours away from anything and anyone that I know. There's no shows I want to watch. So what do I do? Like play solitaire? Up for suggestions.
Pause for a moment on this part. She is now living in a situation that feels temporary, while describing her former marriage as dull. Meanwhile, the people connected to that life are traveling in places like Florence and enjoying a very different reality. The repeated whatever in her words sounds like someone trying to convince herself that what she lost doesn't matter. But the contrast is clear. Her friend now has the husband, the home, and the trip. She has a different kind of life, one that feels uncertain and isolated. Then we see another scene, a mother and daughter on a trip. But instead of just a fun getaway, it looks like she's pulling her daughter into the same mindset that led to her own choices. It's not just parenting anymore, it's influence, repetition, and passing down a way of thinking. Even the children seem to know the script by heart.
Hello, and your husband.
Oh, I just a millionaire.
How was your mimosa?
I need another one.
Really?
Yes.
I think so too.
I definitely know so.
You know something?
Yeah,
Let's see about getting me another one.
for sure.
So,
This is presented as what divorce was supposed to deliver. Not peace, not healing, not self-discovery, but a different kind of social life. Simple outings like brunch with new people, free drinks, and attention from someone online calling himself Mr. Millionaire on a fast-moving social platform. This is shown as the reward, the so-called upgrade that justified leaving a long-term marriage. And what follows from there is the real turning point in the story.
So my friends come home tomorrow, and then I leave here Saturday. Then my daughter and I are going to what is happening here? My daughter and I are going to the Dominican for some beach time for our yearly mother-daughter trip. She's 25 and gorgeous. I remember when, like, the first time she started getting her cat calls and I was like chopped liver. That's when I realized that I was getting old.
This is where the story gets summed up in one line. The claim is that she didn't leave her marriage because it was unhealthy or broken. The suggestion is that she left because her 25-year-old daughter was getting more attention, and she couldn't handle being in that situation. The husband is described as never being the real issue. Instead, the focus shifts to how she sees herself in comparison. She keeps using words like energy and light, saying people are drawn to her because of those qualities. But the question raised is whether those traits truly belong to her, or whether they were actually supported by the stability of her marriage and partner. The idea is that what she called her light may have been something powered by the relationship she stepped away from. And now, without that support, she is trying to find that same feeling again.
Remember me? I know I've been kind of MIA lately. And this is going to be a video like I've never done before. If you've been following me for a while, this is a good one for you. If you haven't, you feel free to just scroll by. But those of you who've been on here for a while know that I went through a divorce, and I was staying with a friend because I didn't have a place to stay. And that was 4 months ago that I've been staying there, and I no longer have a place to stay, and I've been looking for a while. Some of you know, and some of you don't, that I have a lot of medical issues. I've had 33 surgeries, so I desperately need to keep my insurance. Anyways, yeah, I'm not asking for money. I'm not one of those people. I don't ask for help. I'm ridiculously stubborn. Ridiculously stubborn. I think I'm just trying to figure out if anyone has advice or guidance on what you do in this situation. Because I'm literally homeless at this moment. Yeah, I'm looking in different cities, states. Yeah, I've always used humor to get me through stuff. Because like some of my funniest stuff on my TikTok has been during my hardest time of my life. And right now I'm desperate, and I'm trying to figure out how to make it through this. And my budget is low is the problem. And I'm trying to figure out how to increase my budget. But I know I keep looking around, and I normally look right at the camera, but this is humiliating. Like I said, I'm not asking for your money. I'm just trying to figure out, what do you do? Like how do people get through this? Because I'm single, I don't have small kids. There's just not funding for people like me. So, God, this is depressing. This is not me.
She says she won't ask for money twice. That part is clear. But the question is who she is asking and how she is presenting it. The message is aimed at a very specific audience in a very specific way through a very specific platform. A question is raised. If the same request were shared in a women-only space with no male audience, would it get any financial response? The claim is that it likely wouldn't. From that point of view, the suggestion is that the message isn't just about needing help. It may also be about reaching the only audience that still responds. And the final question is left open. Is this really about support, or is it simply what remains when other parts of life have shifted? Marriage gone, appearance changing, and attention moving elsewhere?
Well, you know, when you're like super desperate and maybe you don't know, but you're looking at apartments or cars or whatever it is, and you see one and you're like, you try to picture your life in there, and you think, this is really, really terrible, but maybe I can make it work. I just did that. I thought, maybe I can make this work. And I go outside of it, and there's There's someone who works there. And I asked her, I was like, can you please just tell me honestly how safe this place is? Because it's definitely in a bad area. And she looked at me and kind of looked around and she said, honey, you're too pretty to live here. You'll get hurt. Problem is, I can't afford the places I won't get hurt. I'm beginning to get down. I don't want to get down. I've always been told that I have, like, people love me for my energy. People want me around because I have great energy. People fall in love with my energy. They always talk about my light, which is funny. And I'm just looking for light now. I don't know where it is.
A stranger who works at an apartment building gave her a blunt warning in just a few seconds, something she hadn't managed to understand through months of posting on TikTok. She was told she was too pretty to live there and that she could get hurt, but she had already told herself a similar story when she ended her marriage. In both cases, she believed she was protecting herself, but that assumption didn't match reality. The message here is that the marriage itself was not what caused harm. Instead, the new environment is being portrayed as the real source of risk. She often talks about finding her light, but the idea being challenged is that this light was never something she owned alone. It suggested that it came from her relationship, from the stability and presence of her husband. From that perspective, the story argues she didn't lose her light in the marriage. She stepped away from it. And now, the only attention she still receives is from people online reacting to her situation, not from the life she once had.